All right, it's 12:01. Welcome to the Boston Pizza Oil Stream. Thank you very much for being here. Kids eat free the entire month of September at Boston Pizza. Eat in. Parents got to spend a little bit. There's a minimum spend on this thing. Can't scam the system. But kids do eat free in the month of September. We will be at the Manning location of Boston Pizza later this month.
Hello, north side.
Figuring out which date it's going to be. But we're looking at either the 22nd, 24th, or 29th. So that is to be determined. It's TBD.
Bruh.
It'll be determined by EOD.
Bruh.
That means end of day.
Oh, look at you.
But that was a lie. I'm also not sure if it will be determined by... It's TBD, EOD. But also, I'm not sure if it is.
Okay.
But anyway, we will be at Manning location.
Really narrowing that down, huh?
Yeah. I'm trying to. All right. It is the Oil Stream. Thank you very much for being here. Parts of the show brought to you by Popeyes. We'll dive into some Popeyes spicy headlines. We'll also get into some stuff numbers-wise for our partners over at Play Alberta. Play Alberta is the title sponsor of Edmonton Sports Talk. Use the code EST Sports and deposit 50, get 50. If you are an Oil Stream podcast listener after the fact, get your tickets to the Esties. Esties tickets are coming up. All the nominees were revealed today. I didn't actually get a good... Hey, Maddie, you got that list? Can you bring that list over? I'm curious. What was for
controversy? Oh, me trying to kill Reed, which is BS.
That's exactly what somebody would say in a controversy.
Oh, my God.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
I'll bring it right back to you.
Thank you, Matthew.
So, bird draft penalty.
Oh, that's a good one.
Jasmine throws away... Man, that made it. Jasmine throws away Lieutenant Eric's tee. That was more of just a bitch move than a controversy. She straight up did it. What's controversial about it? She owned it.
The best part of that, or the worst, depending on how you perceive it, is she brewed 1 cup of coffee.
Yeah, that is the worst.
In a pot.
Yeah.
For herself.
That is the worst. And then what is a gentleman's sweep? And Tommy attempted to kill Reed Wilkins.
Yeah.
If you don't have your tickets yet for the Esties at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. It's going to be a fabulous night. $10 for a ticket helps us cover the cost of the Garneau Theater because we're renting it for the night, but it should be good.
Mm-hmm.
There's some...
You're pondering.
I'm kind of taking a peek. Event of the year, the Esties from last year.
That was a great
EST
time.
Classic, the Nasty Bash, and the Labor Day bus to Calgary. That was a good one.
I said it on the Hangout, but I talked to some of the Elks staff that were with us on the bus.
Yeah.
They said it was fantastic. They enjoyed it thoroughly.
It was a great time, man.
Talking to people who were on the bus, saw some of them during the tailgate on the way to the stadium. They had a great time, and everybody here that went said it was awesome. So, Dusty, we could do bigger and better next year. Sounds like everybody's on board, which is awesome.
We'd probably do 3 buses next year.
That'd be great. We had a waiting list at the end of it. Right?
Yeah, there was a waiting list at the end of it. EST Show of the Year, the Reed Wilkins Show, the Nielson Show, the Hangout, and Oil Stream pre- and post-game.
That's a good
spicy
show.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That was fabulous throughout the year.
Yeah.
The Text of the Year is a good one. Best live musical performance. This is good. Hernan singing La Bamba.
I love that.
Slosh Clausen, I believe in these guys.
What a moment.
Clausen and Koob, All Gas, No Breaks at the Esties.
Great song.
I think that would probably have my vote. And then Jackson, Tube Socks Boy, singing the Nasty Bash song at the Esties.
Did a great job.
That's a good one.
Yep.
Yeah, there's this will be fun. I'm looking forward to it, man. It should be a pretty good time.
Yes, it will be.
Yeah, no, I think it'll be pretty good. EST episode of the year. First show for afternoons, first show for Reed Wilkins Show, first Gentleman Sweep Show.
I giggled so much at you two.
Marsh and Muzz co-hosting the 3rd hour.
And what made the first Gentleman Sweep show even funnier was how much Reed hated it.
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
The way you guys executed the Gentleman Sweep show was hilarious. And how spicy and salty Reed was in regard to it. And maintains that same attitude to this day.
He hates gentleman sweeps.
It really irritates him.
So he hates gentleman sweep shows.
He's a hater.
Which was a tough look for...
That's a tough look for Reed.
For Reed Wilkins. Mm-hmm. What can you say?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we've got the Rankings of importance, 10 through 6.
Correct.
We've got we're going to talk about the jersey a little bit.
Sure.
Working on a full-blown leak later in the week, right? Basically, that's what we're doing. You're going to know what the jersey is going to look like.
You'll see it on Friday.
Okay, and then rookie camp opens as well. So we'll get to that. Dustin Wolf signs the deal. What does that mean for Stewie Skins? We'll get to that. But let's start with your Popeyes spicy headlines. If you haven't yet checked out all the new chicken dippers with the signature Popeyes dipping sauce, find it at all Popeyes locations. What do you make of Caprizov turning down $16 million in an 8-year deal?
Very interesting. Did Craig Leopold give away some of his negotiating power by saying we think he's the best player in the world, we're going to pay him like it? I say yes. I say he did. I mean, you don't go out publicly say we're going to make this guy who we think is the best player in the world, the highest paid guy, and then you make your offer and it's not even the max contract that you can offer him. Like, that's egg on your face.
Fair enough.
I think it's bad luck. I think it's foolish on Leopold's part. That's my opinion. I think you give away some of the negotiating power, like I mentioned. And I initially, when we were talking about it on the Hangout, I thought, oh, this might be a cat and mouse game with McDavid's camp and Caprizov's camp. And I sent some messages to some people that are more in the know of these types of things, and they said, no, not really. Shouldn't really affect.
It's not really factored in here.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, maybe I'm just getting overexcited. So, yeah. I don't know, man. Like,
I wonder if, like, we were talking about in Lock Shop. So we're sitting here. Sorry, I'm just texting back Corey B. He's got something going on with the Esties they need an answer on. We're sitting here on Lock Shop today going, okay, so Connor McDavid could become the biggest free agent in the history of the sport. Now, if McDavid ends up signing 3 years, 4 years, 2 years, whatever, Caprizov could look at it and go, wait a second, that could be me. Yep. Like, I could be the guy going to unrestricted free agency, and teams could be lining up for me, and I could possibly bring in more than McDavid just got because it would be an open market thing as opposed to a negotiating with the Minnesota Wild sort of thing. Like, I wonder if part of him is like, let's see Connor sign, and then I'll go to free agency and end up in Tampa and get $18 million a year and be able to take home a little bit more of it. Like, from a business perspective, that's probably what he should do.
It's selfish and it's stubborn, and I respect that he would want to exercise that option, which is available to him. Yeah, I get it. I just,
like, you see that theory on it? Like, if Connor signs, you're the big fish now.
Yep.
In unrestricted free agency.
Yep.
With another significant cap jump. I went through next year's cap on the Lock Shop. Like, Tampa's got $28 million in cap space.
Boom.
Next year. Like, so it's, I don't know, man. We'll see how it sorts itself out.
This new salary cap and how much it's been jumping year to year with all the revenue and how things are going across the league, it has really added a few new twists to the negotiating process and how the outlook from players' perspectives are in regard to moving forward and how much they can financially benefit. And good on them. I mean, it's part of the game.
Penner's Pancake says Caprizov isn't a top 5 player in the league. No, he's not.
Fair.
I think the man over there, Trev, said yesterday he's a top 5 forward. You think he's a top 5 forward? Like, to me, it's McDavid in one tier. Then it's McKinnon, Makar, Kucherov.
Sure.
Draisaitl.
Yep.
And then Kaprizov's in like that next year.
And that's
which would
fine.
put him about like 5th, 6th, 7th best forward in the league.
That's totally fair, and I don't disagree with Penner's Pancakes. But if you're Kirill Kaprizov, you just had your current owner tell you that you are the best player in the world and that he will pay you like it. And then you're the next big ticket item. You're the hot thing that everybody needs.
Do you think it's as simple as he's just like, I'm not going for 8 years. I'll do 3 years at 16 mil. And then when he's 30, 31, 32, he goes, now I'm taking my 7-year deal we'll go from there type of thing.
Could be. And there was a text that came in earlier in the day that was like, how can he even consider himself better than this guy and that guy and that guy? It's like, it's subjective, first of all. He probably thinks he is the best player in the world. He might not be. He isn't, in our opinion, obviously. But that doesn't mean he can't go and take the biggest contract available to him and offer it to him, right? Like, the fact that you're not the best player in the world doesn't mean you don't get the most money. If you have a willing partner bargaining-wise that's willing to give you an an outrageous amount of money, how do you not take it? Right? So that's the thing we get tied up in. I'm guilty of it. I go, well, he shouldn't get more than Matthews. This is a hypothetical. But maybe that idea and thought is right. But where the market is at, what he's perceived to be valued by his own owner, like it changes how much he will eventually get. Like, were the Clippers worth $2 billion when Ballmer bought them? No. But he's like, here's $2 billion. All of a sudden, every other NBA team's value goes up. What's the starting price for an NBA team? $2 billion. Minimum. It's kind of like this, but with players as the assets.
Waddy in Cloverdale says, what is the longest contract McDavid can sign that doesn't take him to UFA status? Oh, Waddy, you got to get with the times here, man. He's a UFA at the end of this upcoming season. There's no more, it doesn't take him to UFA status. He is a UFA at the end of this year, man. So any contract he signs from here, he's a UFA at the end of that one. This text says, guys, how much would Caprizov get on the open market? Would anyone give him 16 schmil?
I would imagine yes.
I would think if he stays and goes into next offseason coming off another 100 points or something like that.
Yeah. If you were
he'll get
Utah,
16 mil. 16, we'll probably get more.
Yeah. You need to make a splash. You're showing everybody around the hockey world that you are a relevant, strong NHL franchise, albeit a brand new one. Like, there would be, I think, opportunities like that.
The Gordfather texts in and says, Mini isn't a sexy location, not a top-tier contender, not a free agent destination, so they got to pay to keep up. Like the Oilers before they had a new building, before these cup runs, and before McDavid, and the Draisaitl factor sort of kicked in.
Great hockey market in Mini, honestly.
Great hockey market, but not a Los Angeles, New York, Florida, Tampa type of thing.
They've never been a sexy destination. Yeah. Even when they were the North Stars, right? Like, they were never like, I need to go to Minnesota.
They didn't even last when they were the North Stars.
No, they did not.
Saskatoon Muncher texts in at 780-218-9999 says, and that Draisaitl contract's looking great already.
Yep.
It's true. It didn't take long to age well, did it? But it's looking like it. It's looking like it has. Haji with an interesting text.
Hello, Haji.
Haji, this is curious. Do you guys think that other teams' GMs are trying to tamper with McDavid camp right now?
I mean, if they even tried and the Oilers caught a whiff of it, you know who the Oilers would be calling immediately. Gary on line 1, please.
Yeah. But I would have to think in the natural conversation amongst agents that, like...
Okay, let's explore this thought.
You know, like...
Theory.
They're golfing with somebody. And right. It's just like,
conversations happen.
What do you think about our market if we had the money for McDavid type of thing?
I think he'd be like,
does the agent just go, there's no chance I can do this? Or he goes, I like your future type of thing.
The agent, because agents generally a little bit slimy everywhere.
Yeah.
Not just in hockey.
Yeah.
Would probably entertain that conversation.
He would have those guys. Think about the power that this guy wields. Now, in the end, it's still Connor's call.
Yeah, exactly.
But that guy could be setting up meetings and dictating some few things. Not now, but I mean, like in the future, right? So I could see people being extra nice to McDavid's agents.
Oh, of course.
For the next little while until this deal is done, right? So is it technically tampering? Well, I mean, an off-the-record convo. I mean, kind of, yeah, but it probably happens all the time.
Yeah.
So
they skirt around stuff like that.
Yeah.
Maybe. Like, to answer the question that came in from Haji, maybe.
I would say probably, but not to the point where it becomes an issue.
Yeah.
Okay. Unless, of course, he leaves, and when he's in his first availability somewhere else, he goes, we started talking about this a couple years ago. Oops. That's not good. That's not good. Big
time penalties.
All right, lots of text messages. Doof is in and says, does this denial by Caprizov spark any UFA rumors?
Of course.
Like he's on to a new one next year.
If you were in the Minnesota market right now, you would be losing your you-know-what. This should be high alert, panic button worthy, this development today. No?
Say that again.
This should be like hit the panic button.
The mini?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I think so.
Absolutely.
I still think it's just, I'll take the 16 mil, but it's 3 years. I think that's what it probably is.
And maybe, and this could totally be a negotiating tactic.
And then McDavid takes 17 for 2 or 3.
Sure.
Maybe 4.
That could happen.
Martin says, wait a second. Good text today. Keep them coming in. Wait a second. You guys are saying the city with the Mall of America isn't a sexy destination?
It's no West Edmonton Mall.
I've never been to the Mall of America. I covered a draft in Minnesota, but it was mostly just around the hotel and to the rinks.
Yeah, I have been to Mall of America.
How does it compare to ours?
Very similar. I think it had the same owners at one point. It maybe still does.
Well, I thought I heard that too. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of similarities. It has like a amusement park, a lot of the same stores. The layout's a little bit different. You know how West Edmonton Mall is like sprawled out.
Yeah.
This one I think is more like, I think it has 3 levels, if I'm not mistaken. It was neat. It's a huge mall built on the former site of the Twins ballpark.
Really? That's where they put it.
Yeah.
Huh. Cool story.
Thanks.
Tommy Tuna says, how awesome would it be if McDavid took a page out of Sid's book and signs a short-term deal for 9.7?
That'd be wonderful.
Yeah,
Not
Tommy
gonna
Tuna.
happen.
I don't know if you're having like a drinking lunch. Like
You're in your happy
having
place.
a couple bevies this
Yeah.
afternoon.
You're in your happy place right now.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
It would be awesome, but totally unrealistic.
Rip over on the chat on YouTube. And if you're watching on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us. Rip says a lot of cap space coming up next summer. 104 million next summer, 113 after that. Which is why, I mean, it's got to be a short-term deal for these guys. It's got to be 2 or 3 and then go through this again when the cap is significantly higher.
And that's the thing too, is I brought that up having conversations with people off the air, and they're like, what's the difference between 17 million and then maybe making a couple more? It's like, no, if you watch how the cap is increasing, what do we jump from 87 to 95 this year, 95 to 104, 104 to 113.
It's $9 million a year.
In a couple of years, we could be talking about $125 million cap, $130 million, and that could be the difference between $1 or $2 million per year on the AAV or an actual money for the player. And then in a couple of years, McDavid, hypothetically, instead of just a couple million more, he's making $5 million a year more. You know what I mean? Like that's how much the cap has been increasing. And then you sign for 5 years and you're getting that extra 5 schmil. That's an extra $25 million in your pocket instead of an extra 5 or 6.
With the cap jumping from now until 2 years from now by $20 million,
It's huge.
the Draisaitl deal is incredible.
It is. It's going to be like his first deal.
I'm surprised his agent wasn't like, hey man, go 2 or 3 years. Like,
And
what a deal.
exactly. McKinnon too. We're living in a very interesting time in the NHL where the market is changing after all those years of a frozen cap. And now these guys are looking to make bank, and rightly so.
Derek from the Hat on YouTube says, so you're saying we can fit in an extra Darnell Nurse on the team in a few years? Incredible!
Well said.
All of a sudden, Nurse's contract just gets better and better.
Oh, boy.
Hey, how about that, everybody? That's got to be
It's not
exciting
as
for
hard
any
to
of you.
swallow in a couple of years.
Yeah, I think that's a positive. Haji also wants to point out, don't forget about the biggest ball of twine in Minnesota.
How could I forget?
Great Weird Al song. Tremendous Weird Al song. And that, I believe, was an original. It wasn't even like a parody.
Very rare.
Maybe it was a parody.
I thought all of his songs
No,
were
he
parodies.
does some originals. For some reason, childhood Dusty always thought the biggest ball of twine in Minnesota was an original, not a parody. And I love that song. Biggest ball of twine in Minnesota. Yeah, that was a classic one.
I always liked Eat It
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of them.
or Fat instead of Bad.
He's got a bunch more that have come out since that are awesome too. You know, Backstreet Boys, I Want It That Way.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's iShop, or I bought it on eBay. iShop on eBay or something. That's pretty funny too. All right, so that's the latest on McDavid, I guess. Martin texts in, says, part of me wonders if McDavid is thinking about a future family while playing here. Look how he got mobbed grabbing beer. Imagine that happening when you have your kids with you, where he can play in a market like LA and pretty much no one will know who he is. Wasn't it Dallas Aikens who said his daughter came home from school and was like crying because it was like, your dad sucks?
Well, he did.
I thought that
he was a bad coach.
But that does suck.
That does happen.
For the kid, like if you're at McDavid's level, everybody will know, oh, that's McDavid's kid in kindergarten.
Right.
And parents are psycho. They're fans.
They are
you know what I
psycho.
mean? Like
I don't know, man. Like you can send them to private schools or whatever.
That's a good point.
Seriously,
I guess
there's ways around
I forgot about rich people's lives.
Yeah, and mega rich people.
Like
it's a different world.
Generational wealth people's lives are a little bit different than even like Ekholm's life. You know, like that type of thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like you go from like some people, there's very successful people in our city that are like very humble and modest, like millionaires. And then you find out the people that are like in the hundreds of millions and you're like, oh, they live in a different world. They don't know the word no.
I don't even know about rich kid private schools in Edmonton. Like we're so far from being in that category.
The teacher comes to you.
They come and teach you at home?
Sure.
Oh, that would suck. You don't want to go to school with other rich kids.
You could. Well, that's what...
Weren't they all rich in the movie Skulls? Remember Skulls?
I don't remember Skulls.
I thought they were all kind of rich kids.
I've also learned this. The rich kids and the rich families, they only mingle with each other mostly.
Well, yeah.
And they don't...
They're going to hang out with a bunch of hobos.
They don't let the outsiders in. It's a very exclusive club. Oh, you're only worth $20 million? I'm sorry. Your family's not accepted here.
God, those people would be the worst.
It is the worst.
God.
It's facts. It's how things are.
Weird.
Right?
Yeah. All right.
It's not my cup of tea, that's for sure.
Dusty, what are you talking about? You have a stockpile of Trevor Lawrence rookie cards. Talk about generational wealth. You know what? I looked at my stack of Trevor Lawrence rookie cards last night because the Jags are 1-0.
Look up.
And I looked at it and I said, are you going to put my kids through school?
Like a week's worth.
Need to, no, not even. This is a good one. Deaky Sparks texts in, private school is where all the season ticket holders kids go. Rich people can be more psycho. They think they're entitled to it.
That's not
you can only get into private school if your parents have Oilers season tickets.
That's pretty funny. That is not an incorrect statement in regard to they can be more psycho. I love it.
All right, good conversation on the McDavid front. Rookie camp opens.
Let's go.
Let's dive into this. Today they're testing and all that fun stuff. On the ice tomorrow, play on Friday.
That's right.
Against Calgary. Blair says McDavid's kids will go to school in Kate's underground lair.
Okay. Sure.
Which one?
There's only one?
Mark Lanigan over on the chat says McDavid's kids will be homeschooled and have recess on the heated driveway playing hockey.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be nice in the middle of winter.
I'd volunteer to play goalie.
You'd play goalie, eh?
Yeah, I love street hockey goalie.
I never liked street hockey goalie. I
love
preferred
street hockey goalie.
All right, here's the Oilers rookie camp roster. Outside of the two big guys, and it's not a very, oh my God, I can't wait for the future type of list. Now, the Russian kid, Bears kid, he's playing in the K right now.
Yep.
He's expected to come over next year.
Yep.
Jarventi's not technically on this list anymore, but he's a guy, OP, he's very high on him.
Is he?
Puzar?
That's good.
He's very high on Jarventi still.
Okay.
I meant to tweet him and be like, why do you like this guy so much?
It was good that they were able to retain him because there were whispers he was going back to Finland for this year. So there's that.
Okay, so here's a list. Connor Clattenburg, Matt Capone, Ike Howard, Quinn Hudson, Tommy Lafreniere, David Lewandowski, Viljami Mariala, William Nickel, Andrew O'Neill, Rhett Pitlick, Josh Szymanski, Matt Savoy, James Steffen, and Brady Stonehouse. And then on the back end, one defenseman that they drafted. They have one defenseman that they've drafted coming to this camp.
And that's Bo Akey.
That's Bo Akey. Mm-hmm. Then they've got the Carfagna guy that they signed last March. And then they've just got 5 straight up camp invites. Jackson Adam out of Tri-City. Hyde Davison out of Seattle. Drew Krebs played in the ECHL last year. Parker Von Richter was in Brampton. And Carson Woodall was in Windsor. And then 4 goalies. Josh Bonini, who's a camp invite out of Moose Jaw. Nathaniel Day, who was a 6th-round pick in 2023. Mm-hmm. Samuel Jonsson, who was a 5th-round pick in 2022. And then Connor Unger, who was signed as a free agent in March as well. I would assume Howard and Savoy should really stand out in this group.
They should.
And they should look like the kids who are about to be tiered at another level.
Yeah.
Right? That's what should happen with this group, I think.
Unless they just go super easy and don't put it past second gear, which wouldn't be good, but...
No, you'd like to see them crank it up a little bit.
Yeah, these are the high-end prospects that are supposed to make the team this year. Bo Akey, curious to see how he looks, obviously. A lot of talk of this Samuel Jonsson, so let's keep an eye on him. Outside of that, Dusty, Josh Szymanski stands out to me. The obscure European signing to a lesser extent.
You could have chirped Tomasek, character.
I was not.
Yes,
I told you I'm done with that.
You were going to totally chirp Tomasek.
Nope.
I could see it coming. I was waiting for it.
Nope.
Oh, you totally wanted to, though.
And then the oft-injured Brady Stonehouse, who was on the IR.
He was on the IR for the whole year.
I respect. And if you didn't catch the running gag that Lieutenant Eric had on the sports updates, he had Stonehouse on every game day IR list.
Yeah.
It was
he was listed on there, yeah.
He was.
Quinn Hudson's interesting.
That's another one. Good point.
Right. We saw him briefly last year.
Yeah.
50-point guy out of Boston University. Basically the same numbers as Ike Howard and 2 years older.
Can I suggest one more guy?
Yeah.
Connor Clattenburg. I know he's he kind of made an impact last year at camp. He's like a rough and tumble type of guy.
6'4", almost 200 pounds.
Yeah, really kind of endeared himself to the Oilers brass. And
there was a little bit of buzz around him last year to get a deal, right?
Yeah, he got a deal. And so I think this is a guy that they, maybe they figured they found something. They uncovered a bit of a gem. And let's see how he does. I think in his first game in Bakersfield, he got a concussion, if I'm not mistaken. You know what we should do? We should get Holtby on soon.
Yeah, we definitely do that.
We can get kind of the scoop from Bakersfield. Maybe more so during training camp when they have the big cuts to send down most guys to Bakersfield.
Outside of Savoy and Howard, which guy on this list do you think could end up playing the most games for the Oilers this year? If there's 3 or 4 games.
It has to be Hudson or Szymanski. I think those are the two. I think
Akey?
Oh, Akey.
Yeah. Spot on the blue line. Somebody gets injured or something.
Perhaps. I mean, he's going to have to put in his time in
I would say it's probably Hudson as a call up, and then Akey, and I don't know about Szymanski. We'll see what's up with that guy.
We'll see how he adapts to North America.
But it is nice to have 2 guys that will make you actually want to watch rookie camp this year, right? You're going to have a chance to sit there and watch them and go, oh, these are guys that they're supposed to. I mean, best case scenario, they're top 6 guys. Worst case scenario, they're both top 9. I mean, I guess worst case scenario could be one of them ends up in the American League for a little bit. But I think right now they're both penciled in to be regular forwards on this team. So,
and this is, if you really want to Oiler depth nerd out, this is the beginning of the shelves being restocked. It's a process.
It's going to be a bit of a process.
Yeah.
Somebody just texted and says, man, it would be nice if the Oilers could hit on a pick outside of the first round. When was the last time?
They've done it a bunch of times, actually.
Yeah. I mean, let's see here.
It's listen, their draft history, I think the stench of the Barry Fraser, Glenn Sather, late 80s, 90s era has carried over and wafted its way into this generation.
I mean, maybe. However, I will say this. Since 2019.
Okay.
So what's that? 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So what? 7 drafts. 6 drafts. Since 2019, Broberg and Holloway, coincidentally.
Ouch.
Outside of Broberg and Holloway, since the 2019 draft, the only players that the Oilers have drafted that have played games in the National Hockey League are Raphael Lavoie, who played 16, not around, and Blumel, who played 13, not even here. Right. That's it. They have not had another player play a game for them since 2019. Like, there is nobody on this team that was drafted since 2019.
Okay, and fair. And I don't even know why I'm defending them, but like Vinny Desharnais was a 7th rounder that played, obviously not with the team anymore.
But he was drafted 9 years ago.
It was like 2016.
9 years ago.
And he was old.
That was 9 years ago
him.
now.
Yeah. Skinner's on this team. He was not a first rounder. Like, they've had a few guys that have been outside the first round. Like, Tyler Pitlick was still kicking around the NHL. He's lasted a long time. So they have had some hits.
But
and
you go back to 2010.
I'm just saying.
I'm saying in 7 years, they don't have a single player on the team.
Again, I have no idea why I'm defending them. I kind of am not. I don't want to, but I'm okay. Call it reluctantly.
Like 2018, they got McLeod in the second.
There's one.
And then Kesselring, who's not here anymore.
There's one.
But once again, all those guys, like the only guys that they have drafted since 2000. Well, look, man, since they drafted Connor McDavid, they have 2 players on this team that they drafted: Stuart Skinner and Evan Bouchard. That's it. 10 years.
But they've traded so many of them away.
But they got traded away because we're sitting here going, these guys ended up being shitty. Trade them. Or they let them go because of a horrible asset management. They have 2 players since McDavid in 10 years
that are on the
this
team right
roster.
now. Okay, but how many guys have become... Why am I even defending them?
You don't have to.
I don't even know why. But they have had guys make it to the NHL that were outside the first round and have played for them.
Let's play this. Let's play this game.
Why am I defending them?
Since the year they got McDavid, they drafted Jones and Barron Marino.
And those guys or became regular NHL.
Yeah, or in and out.
Sure.
Okay, since the McDavid draft year, here are players that they've drafted that are somewhere in the NHL. 2016, Desharnais last pick. I mean, I don't know how much longer he's going to be around.
That's a great point. He's going to Europe.
2017, sure. Yamamoto.
He finished last year in Tucson.
He's not even in the NHL. Kesselring and McLeod in 2018. And since then, nobody. Well, Broberg, but those guys are first round picks.
Yeah, that's right.
They have not, since 2015, they've drafted 3 players outside the first round who even played in the league. Like, it's pretty pathetic, to be honest with you.
Okay. Yes, it is. I don't disagree, but they become a contender, and what do contenders do? They trade away picks.
Yeah.
And they've done that, right? And I guess what I'm saying in regard to that text is the thought that the Oilers as an organization have been unable to draft and develop players outside of the first round isn't totally correct. I guess
it's almost correct.
Does every other team
that's what I know. I'm wondering. I'm curious about this.
Can I just say again? I have no idea why I'm even defending them. I have no idea why. So I guess for the case of making an argument, I'm doing it, and I apologize. I have no idea why I'm defending them. I'm sorry.
I'm just I'm looking here, trying to see some comparisons for some other teams.
They have identified some good players who have become NHL players. Unfortunately, they've gotten rid of a lot of them.
Let's see here.
I guess that's what I'm saying.
Let's see. Maybe we're being a little
so
too hard on these guys.
They are capable of doing it. They haven't done it a lot. And here we are where they only have 2 players since 2015.
Colorado, also not a good run.
Right.
Colorado, I'm just looking.
Where's
Colorado,
Dallas?
Not a good run. Let's see Dallas. Dallas, I think. Dallas had Stankoven.
He's gone.
He was a second rounder. He's gone. I mean, it's still way better than anybody that the Oilers drafted, though. That is even gone.
Yeah,
nothing against Ryan McLeod, but
no, that's true.
And then they hit on their first rounders, but
Jason Robertson was a
second rounder.
The Andre Robertson.
Yeah, that was
bada bing, bada boom.
That was
nice.
I mean, that basically set their franchise up.
That was real nice.
2017, Heiskanen 3rd, Ottinger 26, Robertson 39th.
Yeah, but that was 17, right?
That was 17.
But that's
going back a while
and developing.
Too. That's going back a while.
Okay.
Too. Let's see. What about Colorado? Colorado's had some success, in the league. 2019.
I'm gonna find
Not
a
much beyond
franchise
there.
that has done the total opposite.
Like the other way.
Oh yeah. No,
Okay,
no.
so who's been a bad team and see
In
what
terms
they've
of
hit on?
drafting and developing, and you guys are gonna laugh because you're gonna be like, oh yeah, these guys, they never developed their draft picks, and yet they're perennial contenders. I'm gonna rattle off some names here. We're gonna start in 2019. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Mason Primo, Marcus Callion Kelly, Isaiah Saville, Ryder Donovan, Leighton Ahak, Pavel Dorofeev, Caden Korzak, Peyton Krebs, Maxim Marushev, Noah Ellis, Jesper Vikman, Jackson Hallam, Lucas Cormier, Brendan Brisson, Carl Lindblom, Artur Cholak, Jakub Demek, who's an Oil King, Jakub Brabanik, Daniel Cheka, Zachary Dean, Abram Weeb, Ben Hemmerling, Patrick Gay, Cameron Whitehead, Jordan Gustafson, Matthias Sapovalev, Thomas Uronen, Artu Karki.
I don't even know what you're reading right now. What are you reading?
This is the Vegas Golden Knights draft history the last few years. Lucas Van Vliet, Trent Swick, Pavel Masievich, Trevor Connolly, Gustav Sjöqvist, Alexander Wymer, Mateo Norbert, Jakub Ice Wozniak.
Yes, Wozniak.
East Wozniak.
I actually like that pick. I watched him. I did some games with him at the Holinka last year.
Second rounder.
Yeah. Little soft, but a pretty talented player.
So that's the Vegas Golden Knights. So to be successful, these guys are the exception to you need to draft and develop. I believe in drafting and developing. I think you should be doing it. I think the Oilers need to be investing in it now. It seems like it. But the Golden Knights have taken drafting and developing and thrown it in the garbage can and lit it on fire and have still had a lot of success in their existence.
Interesting little task here.
That's,
I like people
it's
said
fun,
that you were just making names up.
basically.
Guys, none of these guys sound like real names.
No.
Which is kind of funny.
I hope Demek becomes something because he's an Oil King, and that says something
I'm
about
curious
the Oil
about
Kings and their
the
ability.
Russian kid that they've got. They drafted him later. I think he was a 5th rounder. Bearskin.
Okay,
The Oilers. Like we'll see what ends up happening with him. That one kind of intrigues me.
That was fun. That was a fun
little bit.
exercise. I agree.
We have the rankings of importance coming up. We are going to do that. I got her, Zach. Don't worry, buddy.
Hi, Zach.
Zach's getting ready for EST afternoons here.
Tell.
Quickly, the numbers game for Play Alberta. Dustin Wolf gets 7 years, 7.5 mil.
Yeah,
My question here, Tommy, is
I think I know where you're going with this.
I was going to set an over under on this one. Stuart Skinner's next contract, over under $5 million.
Over.
Really?
Yeah, but nowhere near Wolf.
No, but over 5.
I think Aiden Hill's the kind of
What was Hill's number?
I think it's 5.5 is a new deal. And it's interesting. Now I'm certain Dustin Wolf is going to have a great career. And they wanted to lock him up, and they committed a lot of money to him. But let's see how he has, or what kind of second season he has. This is a hypothetical. I know we've thrown a few of these around this show. What if Wolf has an abysmal second year, and you're dialed into him for the next X amount of years at 7.4 or whatever it is? Ugh.
I mean,
It could happen. I don't think it
If that
will.
happens, I'd be pretty stunned.
Same.
This guy's pretty much played very well everywhere he's been.
Yeah.
Like his numbers have been.
And he's a late round pick.
He was the 4th last pick in the entire draft.
That's a great
The
job
Oilers
by
passed on
Flame.
him 6 times.
I don't even think they had him on
Everybody
their
passed.
list.
Everybody passed on him.
exactly. I wouldn't be
everybody
surprised if
passed
most
on. But
teams did.
he was awesome in junior too.
Yeah.
Like he was drafted in 2019 after putting up a .936 save percentage and a 1.69 goals against average with Everett. Played 61 games, had a 9.36 and a 1.69 and still went in the 7th round because he's a little bit smaller than everybody else.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just draft guys who are good at what they do.
That's true. I was with DVD last night.
Kelly's?
Nope. Local.
Oh, okay.
And
that would have been my second guess.
DVD made the joke, wait till everyone finds out you can go high over the shoulder on Wolf. And I was like, don't say that.
Well, but I mean, they didn't figure it out in junior, and they didn't figure it out in the American League.
Or he's found a way to overcome that. Yeah.
But I mean, NHL is a little bit different. But in junior, he was 928, 936, 935, 940. And then in the AHL, he was 925, 932, 922.
He was excellent.
Insanely consistent, ridiculously impressive numbers. We'll see what happens at the National Hockey League level, but he was probably the Calgary Flames' best player last year.
Yes.
And he got paid like it this year.
Yep.
All right. Let's dive into the rankings of importance. We are in the top 10. Is this where Regula finally shows up?
Rip City step. Don't hold your breath, big boy.
I don't know. I've seen the list.
You are a menace.
Here's the list so far. Jones at 25, Tomasek at 24, Lazar at 23, Philp at 22, Emberson at 21, Matthias Janmark at 20, Kapanen at 19, Stetcher at 18, Howard at 17, Savoy at 16, Podkolzin at 15, Henrique at 14, Kulak 13, Pickard 12, Frederick at 11. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, and 6 coming up. Let's start it with number 10, a new boy on the block.
A new boy on the block. A lot of hype around him, and I'm curious to see how he, makes his mark with his new team. This man is eating all the bread. He's Andrew Mangiapane in at number 10. I don't think he'll climb this list much in his tenure as an Oiler, and that's just fine. He's kind of a secondary piece, a complimentary one. And I think there's the potential. I think a 40-point season would be pretty good, Dusty. If he could get back to that 50-point plateau, wonderful. It's been a couple of years. But I think this is, again, the best teams that end up being contenders and that eventually win Stanley Cups have good veteran NHL players all throughout the lineup. This is a good veteran NHL player that the Oilers picked up. He's got a little jam. He's undersized. He can skate well. He could do a bunch of things, and he's a little pain in the ass on the ice. So I like Andrew Mangiapane. I have him settled in nicely at number 10 on this list.
There's so much talk about Howard and Savoy that I've kind of low key forgotten about Mangiapane. You know,
that's fine.
And I think he could be a pretty important contributor to this team because there's going to be some opportunity there for him.
Yep.
For sure. All right, number 9. I'll tell you right now, I'd have this guy top 5. You got him number 9, Stuart Skinner.
Stuart Skinner, I have him at number 9. I think I had him higher last year. I think
he was higher last year. Yeah.
I believe, or 5, somewhere around there.
Last year still.
This is make it or break it for Stu Skinner as an Oiler. And maybe in his NHL career. I don't get me wrong. If he doesn't have a good year with the Oilers, I still think he's in the NHL next year, maybe elsewhere. But Stu could climb this list, and Stu could be completely off this list next year because he would be elsewhere. It's up to him to figure it out and to take the reins and become a consistent number 1 goalie in the NHL. At 26 years old, going into his 4th NHL season with a pretty good resume as is, he can do it. I hope he does it. I am optimistic. But because you have a good backup in Calvin Pickard, and because you heard Stan Bowman say, well, we're looking at goaltending, and I truly believe that if things don't go well with Stu and they don't see improvement, that they will be more aggressive in searching for a number 1. That's why I dropped Stu Skinner down to number 9, because his future is in flux, in my opinion. But whether or not he stays here in Edmonton and goes in the right direction, or he falls off the map and becomes a scapegoat, rightly so, totally up to him.
So part of me thinks when we ask that question about the over-under on Skinner's number, like I think he either plays well enough that he's here and he gets like 6 million plus, or he's gone.
Yep.
You know, like that's why I don't think anymore. It's like, I don't see why would a $4 million Stuart Skinner still be here. Both your goaltenders are unrestricted free agents. I haven't taken a look at the UFA list for next year.
It would be you strike out trying to find improvement. Yeah. And you're like, oh, crap, we have to bring this guy back.
I still think personally I'd have him probably higher than Hyman on this list.
No.
Just because
not in my opinion.
If he's no good, they're in a lot of trouble.
I disagree with that because you could, you'd
have to trade for somebody.
Exactly.
But then all of a sudden you're trying to trade for a goalie midseason, which is not easy.
No, it's not, but it's doable.
All right, number 8 on the list.
I like this guy. He's new to the team. I think he will be here for a little while, and I think he fit in quite well. It's Jake Wallman.
Should be here for a while. Hopefully he gets something done there.
This was a good pickup. This was an off-the-radar pickup at or around the deadline for the Oilers, and I think there's some potential here with Wallman. He's not really a young guy in the NHL, but he's kind of found his spot, and I think he's nestled in nicely in the Oilers' blue line. Kind of a top 4. Can move around a little bit. I think better suited on the left side, but we'll see what they end up doing. Mark Stewart has in mind for him. I like Jake Wallman. I think he's a very good player. I think he's a good NHL defenseman. Is he perfect? Nope. Does he have his warts? Does he have bad giveaways from time to time that end up being costly? Yes, but so do a lot of other guys on this blue line. But I have Jake Wallman at number 8. Maybe he moves up on this list at some point, but as of today, number 8.
What are we, 15 years into the Nuge?
Yeah.
Has Nuge, is that? I thought I was maybe exaggerating a bit.
Nope.
I don't think I am.
Baby Nuge, 2011.
Oh, yeah, so it might be 14 years in.
We're creeping up on 15
Let's see,
now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, he's played 14 years. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is going into his 15th season. What?
He's number 7.
That's insane. I can't believe Nuge is 15 years in, man.
He literally has a baby Nuge.
Yeah. God, okay, so Nuge is 7, eh? Versatile, still move him around.
Yeah, and they love him in the room. His game at times it's drawn the ire of the fan base. I think the majority of the fan base still genuinely loves and appreciates what he does. If you're on the penalty kill, power play 1, and are getting a regular shift at center or the wing, and when you're on the wing, you're in the top 6, usually the first line, I think you're pretty important to the team. He is Mr. Oiler. He will surpass Kevin Lowe as the most games played as an Edmonton Oiler, and I think there's a lot of value there. So, and I am, full discretion, completely biased towards him. One of my favorite guys to deal with, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, number 7.
He is 41 games away from 1,000 NHL regular season games.
And then add 37 more, and he ties Kevin Lowe for the most in orange and blue.
So if he's healthy all season, that'll be a new record this year.
Yep. Regular season. I know Kevin played a lot of playoff games with the Oilers. Yeah. Although Nugent, how many playoff games have the Oilers played?
Well, Nuge has played 96 playoff games.
So he's creeping up there. I think Lowe had 200 and some.
81 points in 96 playoff games. Pretty respectable number.
Yeah.
Come playoff time.
A lot of those have come in clusters. There'd be some
series and put up 70 points in 4 or 5 games.
Overall, that's not bad, though.
All right, and then we'll wrap with this today. Number 6, the Whipping Boy bracket champion, Darnell Nurse, coming in at number 6 on this list.
Yeah, probably there's people are like, he should be number 25. That's just silly talk. But listen, there's going to have to be an exit plan for Matthias Ekholm, just due to his age, wear and tear on his body. We're not quite there yet. I don't think Darnell Nurse is the natural number 1 on a team, but there's still value and importance there. He put together a really good bounce back regular season. You can make a case that the playoffs, and I'm one of those people that didn't think he had a particularly strong playoffs. He still has his lapse in judgment, mistakes, boo-boos that cost them, but his value to this team in that locker room, it's still up there. So I Nurse and Nugent-Hopkins, they're kind of, to me, they're in that same boat together where they've been around forever.
Yeah.
They play a lot. They draw the ire of some, more so Nurse, obviously. And the fact that he's a defenseman and this blue line is going to be critical to this team's success, I have him in at number 6.
Which means, as supersized Indiana Jones says, hashtag regular top 5. Your 10 through 6, Mangiapane, Skinner, Wallman, Nuge, and Nurse. Top 5. I won't be here on Friday, but top 5 on Friday.
Top 5 on Friday, unless you want us to delay
Doesn't
it.
matter. I mean, if there's some big news you can discuss, do that. But if not, that's up to you, buddy. Whatever you want.
Okay, I'll dictate that.
Okay, let's talk about this jersey a little bit, because also on Friday, we're hoping to have a sneak peek of the jersey.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
It's from what we've already got drummed up. It's clean,
yep.
simple. I think simple.
Different.
So yeah, take it away. What do you want to say today before we give you like a photo of it on Friday?
Well, Matthias Ekholm and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins were on the ice yesterday doing like a video shoot with the new alternate jersey. So there's that. Shout out to people that were like, hey, Tom, did you hear about this third jersey? It's like, yeah, I put it out there in January that they were getting it. I think, again, I'll reiterate. I think people are going to see it and they're going to, what the hell is that? That's not the Oilers. Guess what? They can only rehash the old jersey so many times. They can only go back to old jersey so many times. No, they're not going back to the 90s, early 2000s, copper and blue, the oil rig guys. That's not happening. This is not Bakersfield.
There will be an oil rig mixed into this, though.
There is an oil rig on the shoulder patch.
Shoulder patch, circle oil rig.
Yes. And there's an oil drop as well, but there's no like classic, real like Oilers primary logo on this uniform. I'll also say you're going to see a helmet with jersey that some teams have done. The Oilers have yet to do this. Carolina does it. San Jose does it with their white uniform.
I don't just tell me.
They wear the colored helmet.
Colored helmet with the I like that.
So
So they wear like a dark blue helmet.
Let's just wear their blue helmet.
Just a regular blue helmet. Yeah. Will that match the blue on the jersey?
Yep.
Oh, I thought it looked a little bit different.
Oh, you've seen something, have you?
Well, just the one that you showed me.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Well.
So it'll say Oilers across the middle.
Yeah.
And with like an off-white.
Vintage
cream
white.
Vintage white. They call it vintage white.
Yeah.
I like it, man. I think it looks pretty good. I think people are going to like it. Yeah. I think people are going to like it.
People are going to buy the crap out of it.
I was really hoping for shiny gold helmet, like you lead your European team in scoring.
Oh, those are terrible. Yeah. The Golden Knights and the Kings did that. My buddy worked for the Kings when they were doing the chrome dipped helmets.
Yeah.
And he said they had to send them to Germany, like the shells of the helmets, and it was $500 a helmet to have them chrome dipped.
I mean, it's not much when guys are getting $50 million to play 7 years.
Yes, but
from an organization they can afford it.
The equipment manager's budget.
They get a little bit more of a budget. I mean, if you're going to pay $500 to get a helmet.
Yeah. I think they ended up auctioning off those helmets to make a little bit of that money back.
Our Jess over on the chat, that is Jess from the Bear. Is it bedazzled? Is the jersey bedazzled?
Jess, you can bedazzle.
It could be after the fact. You can buy little bedazzling kits at Michael's.
That's what Alice Moran did. She bedazzled her Oilers jersey.
Did she?
Yeah.
Seems like a waste. Those jerseys are too damn expensive to bedazzle.
Super expensive. This one won't be cheap either. Don't worry.
What's coming up in EST afternoons there, Zacticum?
Well, we got Derek Van Diest from NHL.com checking in to talk about the Oilers rookie camp. Kirill Kaprizov, I'd imagine. McDavid's contract situation, all that as well. And J.J. Ross from the Elks.
Very nice. He had a great game.
Be checking in as well.
He had a great game against Calgary. He was all over the place. He and Cordell Jackson, I thought, were the two very brightest spots in that secondary for Edmonton, who they head out to Toronto for a big game this weekend. Is like basically everybody's involved in the crossover right now, which is
crazy,
kind of fun. All right, that's going to do it for the Oil Stream today. Kids eat free, dine in all month at all Boston Pizza locations. For Tom Gazzola, I am Dustin Nielson. I'll talk to you tomorrow morning on The Nielsen Show. Take it easy.